the 40% rule. I first heard the 40% rule when I was out for my walk during my 75 hard phase. And those that have done 75 hard, basically you have to do 2 workouts and read a book and a whole lot of stuff, right? I'm not going to get too much into it, but I still remember this day because I had doubled, right? I worked 2 jobs, so I worked out in the morning before my first job. So I was at the gym like around 5, got out, showered, did my thing, went to work, and I had my from 7 to 4, and then after that I worked from 5 to 11, and I was like, I still gotta do my second workout. I can't go to sleep. I'm at the park at like 12:30 a.m. dude, after 2 shifts and a workout in the morning, and I'm there and I'm reading David Goggins' book, and he gets to the part where he talks about the 40% rule. Basically, it's if you get to a point where you're done, where you just want to tap out, where you want to throw in the towel, no, you are barely at 40% of your energy. You are barely 40% done. You are barely just touching 40% of what you can achieve, of what you can put out, of what effort you can input, oh my goodness, exert. You are barely at 40% of that. And that, I was like, damn, bro. And that's that I really wanted to call it quits that day. I don't know exactly what day I was on of the 75, but I knew it was kind of in the later stages. I believe it was around the 60 mark or the 50-day mark, because I even made like a post about it. And I was like, wow, like this made me keep going. Because I was like, dude, after all I did today, all the stuff I endured, all the pain I went through, all the workouts, everything, I am barely at 40%. And then as the workout kept going, I was tired. And I was like, wow, I'm barely at 40. So then in the chapter, he explains like, and then once you're starting to tap out again, nope, you're barely at 60%. And you keep going and you keep going. And you're like, God, I can't. My body's giving up on me. I literally can't do it no more. Nope, you're barely at 80. You are barely at 80%. You keep going, you keep going, you keep going, man. And that changed my life. That changed everything. Because whenever I want to call it quits, I'm like, I'm barely at 40%. Not even 50%. I'm not even half of what I can put out. I'm barely at 40. And I'm going to give up, bro? Hells no. That rule changed my life completely. And all you guys need to do, I don't even think you need to read the book. If you just search up 40% rule, David Goggins, it will pop up, that little excerpt. Please give it a read, right? Because yes, I can make a video about it, but read his examples of it. Read what he went through, his testament of the 40% rule. Because mine, shit, if I say mine, yeah, I was going through a lot of like pain and my body and my mind was checked out. But I ain't doing no Navy SEAL training, that's for sure. Right? As hard as the stuff I like to think that I do, I know, and I have the oh my, I don't even know the word, of acknowledging the fact that ain't no SEAL training. All right? Easy. So definitely give that a read. If you're going through a tough time right now, definitely search up the 40% rule. I basically broke it down for you, but it is worth looking into and applying into your day-to-day life. And I kind of, what I took from the book itself is that, yes, he is talking a lot about the physical aspects of what he went through, but he applies mental tools that helped him break through those physical boundaries, right? Because yes, it is physically painful having to lift weights every single day, but not as difficult as it is breaking through the mental wall that your brain tries to set up to prevent you from doing so. And you know, it could not just be in the gym or on the track, in the park. It could be, you know, your day-to-day your work life. And I take that a lot from me too. When I try to when I'm getting gassed out, when I'm getting fatigued at work, I just think, dude, I'm barely at 40% of my capabilities. Like, I still have 60% I can exert myself and apply to make my job a job, to make my career, to give what I am needing to provide to my task, right? Everybody has a different sort of task, a different sort of job requirements that they need to achieve. When on those days where you are tired, when you are done, when you just want to call it quits, you're rarely at 40. And I'm not gonna make that long of a video, man. I feel like 10 minutes is the goal, but sometimes it's just easy, a quick wash just to remind you guys, 40% rule. Stick with it. Don't give up on yourself. You're only 40% there. And when you want to call it quits again, no, you are barely at 60. And when you want to call it quits again, no, you're barely at 80. And you keep going and you keep going until you physically, and mentally, you can't. Is there a point of exhaustion? Yes. Sometimes you need that in order to achieve the goals that you want to set, that you not want to, but you set yourself. Remember why you're doing it. Remember the fear, the joy that's gonna come after you fulfill all of your goals. Just imagine that, man. It makes everything worth it. Shit. It really does. That's it for this video. I ain't gonna drag it, man. I just wanted to share that. 40% rule. You ain't done, man.